All right, we're live back at Doomsday's Krypt. Oh yeah, we got a horror freak here.
Hello,
We're here
hello,
with Kevin Vonesper.
hello.
I'm
I am
butcher.
Kevin
Yeah, I know I
Vonesper.
butchered going in Vonesper, and we're gonna here to talk about his indie project he's directing called "The Life and Times of Dukey Flyswatter," and
the life,
it's
the life and slimes.
"The Life and Slimes." Excuse me. I
Uh,
see. I told you I butcher crap, even if
That's
it's in front
okay.
of
I'm
the.
I'm here to school you.
I'm hoping so, and I love the trailer, man. The
Thank
trailer's
you.
kicking ass. For sure, man. That's a great trailer, and it brought back a lot of memories because it's stuff I hadn't thought about in a long time. We got
Yes, I would
Phil's
like to hear about
videos
that.
here. How you doing, Phil? Welcome everybody. We'll let a few people get in before we
Hi,
get
Phil.
rolling.
Yeah. Wait till there's a few people here to play that trailer.
Oh yeah, I'm not gonna just kick into that. So
Good,
yeah,
good.
this is something really interesting to me. You know Beatrice Bupley, and she recommended
Right.
you reaching out to me.
Yes, she did. So what's funny about Beatrice is I consider her a friend now, though we've never actually met yet, but she lives in my area, like a couple miles away from me, if not like a mile away from me. So the person I work for knows her and was like, "Oh, you're doing this horror thing? I know Freddie's mom or whatever." And I'm like, "You know who? What? That's awesome." So we connected and now, we're helping each other out.
Yeah, she's one of the sweetest people I've met. She's actually I'm gonna meet her at Phantasm.
Nice. Yeah, I
Yeah,
saw she
yeah.
was doing whatever the con was in New Jersey last weekend. She had the full nun outfit and everything.
Oh, she embraces it. I love it. I think
Yeah.
she's awesome. We sat down and I've seen her grow since our sit down. So I'm looking forward to talking to her again. And
Yeah,
just
she's
with her
definitely
coming
leaned
to,
into the fandom, and I love that.
oh yeah, she definitely embraces it. She's really cool too. I love watching her clips and seeing her reunions with the her old cast members. We got
Yeah,
James
yeah.
Cleaver here, Dukey
Hello, James.
Flyswatter. Fly swatters that aren't for flies. My buddy Interval, AIC Comics is here.
Hello.
Now we got 4 in the chat right now. I think a lot of you guys are going to really enjoy this. This is something different, but the same. It's horror, but it's music, and it's two things I
It's
love.
all
Oh,
combined.
yeah.
The film industry and the music industry side of it are all super intertwined.
Oh, it's definitely 80s horror themed for sure.
Yeah,
Especially
yeah.
you guys are
Well,
going to
it
love this.
didn't start 80s horror themed. It actually started more like 50s, 60s horror themed, but we can get into that if you want.
Oh, definitely, man. I want to look. I mean, that's the whole point about the
Yeah,
documentary. That's why I love it, is because
absolutely.
things that I might not known. I knew a lot of the, like we talked about gore and
Yeah,
even
so
kicks
tell me
and
what you know so I know where to fill in the
about
details.
Dookie Flyswatter. I know from my memory, which isn't very good,
Yeah,
just seeing
fair.
a lot of the stuff, seeing the theatrics on stage, always hearing about it. It was
Did you ever actually see them or
I never saw him in
okay.
concert. Yeah, I
But
mean
you
I've
know
watched.
him from the band more than his movie work or a little bit of both?
I know him more for probably his movie work than the band, but
Okay,
I don't really know him that well. This is
right.
something. I mean, I've heard of him.
Not many
It
people
was
do, and that's why I am creating this. You
they
are
were
my
so
target audience.
yeah, they were so underground that I mean I heard of them, but it wasn't like my friends and stuff. We
Yes.
listened to it when I was growing up.
Haunted Garage.
Yeah,
You can keep talking. I got my props here to entertain.
I
Oh,
love it,
the
man.
best album cover of all time.
I honestly can't argue that. That's a badass
There,
cover right there.
there's faces in the flames.
That is sick, man. See, I'd probably be more into them now than I was in high school. I was more, I don't want to say I was a jock because that really wasn't the case, but I played a lot of sports and street hockey and all this and that. And I
Mhm.
got more into stuff when I got out of high school, like, music and, well, I mean, I always loved horror. And
Mhm.
that's, I think, where I'd hear about it a lot. But it was so different
Sure.
back in the day. I mean, I'm 46 now, and it's,
Okay.
a lot of this stuff you'd either be into the thing
So
back
you
in
are
the day.
just the
And,
right age for this.
yeah. Oh, I
See,
remember it.
I'm 38, but I discovered them when I was very young. But I missed it. Like I came in after I was 4 years old in 1988 when like this started to peak and all the the VHS era retro, that's where you would get movies, is the video store, right? You couldn't even own them really yet.
Exactly. I
I
remember.
missed that by just a few years.
Yeah, yeah. It's funny how just a few years changed that, because you're more of a 90s kid than an 80s kid. I grew up
Yeah,
throughout the 80s. I was born in 76.
right. I was
So you
84 and
would
I discovered Haunted Garage in like 1993 or 4, which is like 2 years after they broke up originally. So it was
yeah,
already over when I found them, like just by this much.
that's how it happens though. It always happens in fandoms. It really does, where you miss it. You don't appreciate it
Well,
while it's there, and
yeah,
you get it more right after.
the
I had a
positive,
lot of,
yeah, go ahead.
no, you go ahead. This is your
Oh,
time.
okay, yeah, I was just gonna say the positive side of that is that maybe if I was there, I wouldn't be so curious about it, and have this quest for knowledge that led me to this project to begin with.
I can definitely see that. I mean,
They were
like
very
I said,
mysterious. There's not much out about them, and there should be, because there's a lot of it, and it's really great stuff.
that's that's why I'm excited about this. The trailer really got me hyped up and made me remember. I remember hearing about this. I remember hearing about it, and I want to
Mhm.
put it on now because we'll run it a few times.
Okay,
But I don't want somebody to watch the replay and not be able to see the
yeah,
trailer when they
you
watch
gotta
the
see
replay.
it. You can't understand it until you see it.
Yeah, we're going to the trailer. We're doing this, and it's in demand on Indiegogo. And I had a few people ask about, before I play it, about the perks that you have. So maybe we can
Great.
explain them after too. But here we
Anything
go.
you need to know.
There used to be discussion about the importance of danger, chaos, the possibility of something happening that really wasn't on the schedule.
Mr. Dukey Flyswatter and
If you took 80s slasher movies and put it in a blender with metal and punk rock, you're going to get Haunted Garage.
I don't mean to pause it, but I'm going to back out with this screen and come back in because it's lagging, and I have a feeling it's StreamYard, which is wonderful.
Sure, yeah, let's do it right.
Yeah,
Like my
yeah,
documentary project, I'm waiting to do it right.
yeah. I'm removing it. You're out of here. I'm going to come back in with this because that really blows.
Womp womp.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man.
That was a tease. That was a little teaser for you all.
Yeah, it always
Get
happens.
hyped. And that's the story of Haunted Garage. Just a lot of unfortunate
Lag.
events.
They invented lag back in the day.
Yeah, that's right. They were on the forefront of lag. Fuck the blood in theatrics. Oh, can I curse? Is that okay for your
Yeah,
algorithm?
you're fine.
Okay,
Don't bother me.
great.
And I'm just coming back into the room, and hopefully this works. I'm on 5G, so let me double check on that too.
That's Dukey Flyswatter's headshot from the 80s for all y'all.
Very cool.
I got all my props. I have plenty of things to entertain while you get it together. There's a rendition of Dookie from a great artist from a few years ago, maybe during the pandemic. Oh yeah. What a beautiful frame with Brink Stevens and Michelle Bauer.
There used to be discussion about the importance of danger, chaos, the possibility of something happening that really wasn't on the schedule.
Mr. Dukey Flyswatter and
If you took 80s slasher movies and put it in a blender with metal and punk rock, you're going to get Haunted Garage.
Dookie and his crew were almost like making horror movies, horror punk.
but the gag is you're in the flash zone.
It is splatter rock. It is chainsaw rock and roll.
Not only chainsaw them, but would pull the guts out. and spread them all over the place.
It's like going to a horror movie, except it's actually happening.
There was this real fervor at the time about shock rock, how bad it was for the kids.
The shock value was exactly what I wanted.
I look over, I see Dookie with his arms on fire.
The flashes from the rear end.
He got brain surgery live on stage.
Whenever you find something weird, we'll give a use for it.
It's not an act that we put on to go on stage.
We were real.
There was some shit being exercised right there.
That was the raw stuff.
You walk out of there feeling like you maybe left the planet for a little while.
Their legacy is they were unique.
They did things that weren't being done, and they did things that were outside of people's comfort zones.
Dookie was always just ahead of his time on that.
But it really rocked hard. I mean, he had really good musicians in the band.
We didn't want it to be only this deep. We wanted it to be this deep.
It's Haunted Garage. That's the whole point of taking things too far.
They just were doing it to have a good time and make you laugh.
It was always fucking fun.
Actually, we're a lot more stable than I think Bill Cosby.
I don't know how to explain it. It exploded.
Paul Stanley and Gene Simmons.
Tom Waits was there.
We blind Axl Rose.
When you're sitting between Dookie and Elvira, it doesn't get any cooler than that.
There were lines around the block to see Haunted Garage. They were the it band at the time.
Those guys were gods to who they were gods to.
He's an icon of the underground exploitational genre.
Punk rock god of Hollywood.
Bela Lugosi's horrible punk rock grandson.
G.G. Allen, but fun.
He's like a friendly vampire.
He was LA's Peter Lorre.
You need somebody in a movie, that's the guy that you want.
Roger Ebert said it's the worst movie he's ever seen. Cold Steel, Sharon Stone? Who knew? He had a great writing career.
He puts everything he's got into it. He made his whole life his art.
I think that the whole world should know about it.
Now I'm going to cry.
Slam, 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 slam.
Wait a minute, you're gonna get this.
Oh, thank you.
That was so good. That was
You
so
know,
good.
I made the damn thing, and I still never get tired of watching it.
No, it's great, man. It caught me right away. I'm excited about this documentary. I was like,
Thank
when I
you.
talked
Me
to you, and then
too.
I watched the trailer. I was like, man, I'm sucked in. And I wish the damn StreamYards would let it play a little cleaner.
That's
but
all
I
right.
don't know what-
It was good enough. Everyone in the chat's eating it up, right? Thank you,
I think
Aaron.
so. Yeah. We got some devil horns going.
You know, guys, if you don't know already, you're the best audience for this, because this is not really for the people who already know. This is for the people who don't know, and it's just gonna blow your minds. Like, how the fuck did I miss this? It's the Tiger King of Shudder.
Uh-oh. Carol Baskins.
Yeah, but all the murder is you know, a little bit more fake.
Yeah, at least it's there. I mean, I think it's a wild show. Like I said, I'd be more into going to it now, seeing it. Like, that makes me wish I went back when I actually could have, because that looked like.
Well, you just
it's a
missed it.
great
They did their
time.
last show, summer 2021.
Oh man. So I know you were a fan, and we were talking, and you
Yeah.
kind of, you were born, I think, 86 or 84. You said
84,
something
yep.
like. And what got you to want to do this documentary? I mean, obviously, I know, but.
Right. Well, when I was about 10 years old in 1994, I discovered, you know, this was right past post Nirvana. Kurt Cobain had just died, so a new era was amongst us, and I discovered Green Jello. Right? I'm sure you remember these guys.
Let me in.
Exactly.
I remember that one.
Yeah. Well, did you ever see the Shit Man video?
I have not.
Oh,
I might have,
well.
but I don't remember now. It's been, my brain don't work like it used to.
It's no Three Little Pigs, but it's an entertaining video, and several people get turned into this shit monster, and one of them is Danny Carey from Tool, who used to also be in Green Jello at this time, and another one was Dukey Flyswatter, although I had no idea at the time who he was, but that was the first time I became aware of him. And so when you discover green jello, you quickly go and discover guar, right?
Absolutely.
That's the next step. And then the next band you discover is Haunted Garage. And so out of those three bands, Haunted Garage was the most mysterious and still is. And I took it upon myself to create the internet's first Haunted Garage fan site when I was like 11 years old. So this started back then. Now, fast forward to my life now, I've been a professional videographer, video editor, music producer, photographer for the past 15 or so years. And so when the pandemic hit, kind of all the things I did for business dried up, filming bands, filming concerts, doing photo shoots, all that stuff that made me money. So I thought it's time to start creating some in-house projects. And what is the perfect marriage of my technical knowledge and professional life and my lifelong interests? And that is the life and slimes of Dukey Flyswatter and Haunted Garage. A lifelong pursuit of everything Haunted Garage, and I'm now, I would say, the world's most expert on the subject.
I can believe it because like you said, it's not something that's talked about. So I think it's really, honestly, I think it's a perfect documentary right now.
There's already a Green Jello documentary, although I'll give you this little exclusive. I don't know if you know this, but I was a member. I guess I still am a member of Green Jello. I'm an inactive member of Green Jello. I joined the band in 2008. So somebody did make a documentary about them. It's on Amazon Prime. You can watch it. But when I was on tour with them, I filmed about 150 tapes of footage, including interviews with people. And that was supposed to be a series or a documentary. And one day that still might happen. But in the meantime, Guar has a documentary right now that's going around the film circles. So it's time for the Haunted Garage documentary, and there's no one more qualified in the world to do it than me.
I believe it, man. That trailer's fantastic. Now you put that together with just old footage you found. I'm taking it.
Well, yeah. When I started this project during the pandemic, I had maybe, I used to collect bootlegs and tape trade back in the day. And, I had a few Haunted Garage tapes, and I was digitizing my collection during the pandemic. And where was I going with this? What was your question? I lost myself.
Now you made me forget.
Oh shit! We're fucking up.
Yeah, clips.
What was that?
Yeah, we were talking about the clips and how you put them together.
Yeah, right. So for like 20-something years, I had collected maybe like 5 or 6 Haunted Garage tapes or whatever in my day. And when I started this, part of my goal was to really preserve their history and like find what else is out there before it's lost forever, because you never know who's gonna like die during, especially during a pandemic. These guys are old. Some of them are in their 70s, and it's amazing that everyone involved is still alive. But I soon had Dukey Flyswatter's entire archive of tapes. And so my collection, well, not my collection, but of what's out there grew exponentially from like 5 tapes to like 100 tapes, like literally overnight. So I had this whole archive that I've digitized. And then last summer, I did fly to LA. I live in New York. I flew to LA and I came back with about 42 interviews. So that's my starting point and where I am right now.
I was going to ask if you had some of your own personal clips where you were actually able to go and do some of your interviews.
Oh yeah, all of those interviews I filmed.
Oh, really? That's fantastic. That's
except
super
for
cool.
like the obviously archival footage of them doing interviews from the 90s. Like, yeah, that's all brand new footage that I shot or had assistants shooting.
So you said you've worked in film. So this must have been not only like a working project, but this had to be more fun.
Oh yeah. Well, what's interesting about my career as a videographer is I never really worked within an industry. I've always been independent. I've worked for artists and brands and just stuff like that. Content. I create content for people. and music videos and stuff like that. So I never really worked within the industry. The only way I know how to do it is to just do it myself. So that's exactly what I'm doing.
I think it's the right way to do it. Then you don't have
Yeah,
anybody
it's the
telling
only
you
way
how
I
to-
know how to do it. And
Yeah.
but I can only go so far on a broke ass artist's budget, you know. So that's why I'm launching this campaign and sharing it with the world and hoping people can help me out so I can, you know, this thing is going to be finished regardless at some point. But if you want to make it easier and quicker for me and for you, that's where you can get some great perks in the campaign. And if you can't, if you're broke, I understand. I'm broke too. Just share it. Share it to someone you might know who would like, you know somebody who likes B horror movies or horror punk and stuff like
Well, I
that.
think it's like a horror movie and, like you said, a documentary where, and I've said this before. I said it to you earlier. I am literally a sucker for documentaries. I love
Yeah.
watching
Yeah.
documentaries, whether it's music.
You don't have to be into Haunted Garage or even anything that they do to like have an immensely enjoyable experience watching this.
Like I said, the trailer is amazing. I was hooked on that, and we're gonna go through. Here's your campaign. He's
Sure.
at
Yeah, let's talk about the
12:45.
campaign.
12:45. You got 50 days left. Trying to hit that
Yeah.
10K goal, which I think this is the type of project, and you pretty much already have it done. All you just need to do is help
Kind
with the
of.
post-production, right?
Yeah, I
To make
mean,
it work with them.
I do want to go out and do some more interviews. There's some key subjects that are not in New York or LA that are, harder to get to. I'd like to return to LA and get some other key interviews. I need to license movie footage and music, and I don't even know how much that shit costs.
People's
Lawyers
comfort
are very
zones.
expensive. I'd love to hire an animator, all sorts of stuff. The more, I will work within my budget and or wait until I have it to finish this. But either way, it's going to happen. So if you can help me out, that's even better. That'll make it a smoother process
Every
to
dollar
get you
helps.
this amazing documentary that the world needs to see.
I say we go through some of these perks you got here,
Please.
and that
Yeah,
way
I
you
don't talk
can-
about them enough.
Just the tip.
Yeah,
a
you get
trip-
nothing for that.
You get to buy him a coffee, and $15
Exactly.
for coffee now in New York. You said you're in New York,
Yeah,
right?
I'm in New York, and also, Indiegogo is going to take a little cut of that too. So keep that in mind.
And a big thank you from this man. I think
Yeah.
he's thanking you already, so I think everybody owes you $25 now if
I
you go
think
and
so
check it
too.
out.
Yeah, that's the most popular one so far, and $25. It's not too much. It's not too little. Get your name in the credits, and you'll be immortalized forever as part of this legacy.
All right, then you got the Haunted Garage 2015 demos.
Yes, those are demos that they recorded by themselves in preparation for their album Slender Man and Other Strange Tales. Most of them are available for the first time ever.
Oh, the link's in the description, Aaron. If you can grab it, it's actually in this description. It should be.
Yeah.
Indiegogo. And if you copy and
Oh.
paste it for me, that'd be a big help, Aaron.
I'll shoot it right in here. How do I?
Okay.
Can I
Or
comment
even,
on here?
well, a bunch of these guys are my moderators on. Yeah, I
Okay.
could do it on here too, where it shares it to everything, huh?
DukeyDoc.com is the easiest way to get to me. DukeyDoc.com.
And you
Were
can
you a
find
part
it.
of Green Jello? Yes, I was a member of Green Jello since 2008. I did a 2008 tour with them and a couple dates in 2010 tour. And then when he started doing the franchise bands, I started the first New York franchise Green Jello. And we did, well, really just one show like that. Yeah, since they're an LA based band now, again, he has his house band that he does a show every Saturday night. From his living room, he turned into a complete, very impressive multicam production studio. And he has featured bands every week. That's where I had Haunted Garage play their final show. And the same night, the Dwarves played there. So check it out. I should be on the show Saturday night. WTF-TV.com is Bill from Green Jello's Saturday night show, 3 hours every week. He's on his 63rd week. And yeah, I'm an inactive member of Green Jello, you would say, because you can select people have been removed from the history, so to speak, but you're always a part of it. Like, you just have to show up, and right now they're on the other coast, so
That's super cool, though, man. I mean, this is
yeah.
really interesting stuff. Yeah, like I said, I was asked. Interval was a little busy to get on, but he's a big music fan also, and I knew he'd be interested in this stream, so he was looking forward to watching it.
Excellent.
So
You're gonna
we
love
went
it.
over that, and now the birth of Dookie print, huh?
Yeah, so that is a photo by Pix Tracy, a fan and photographer of the band back in the day. That's from a 1992 show they actually played with Green Jello and Pygmy Love Circus. I believe Danny Carey from Tool played in both bands that night. And that is Dukey Flyswatter, a gag they did where he was born. You see those legs popping up? There's a girl on the other end of that pretending to give birth to Dookie. He's coming through a table. And then I think they did perverted things with the umbilical cord. That was from the
stakes,
Palace
harpoons for legs instead of stirrups?
Something like that. And you know what's funny?
Harpoons?
Pix Tracy actually still has one of those legs, and she brought it to our shoot. So we actually have it on the documentary, that actual prop. Well, part of it. It's heavy as fuck. Those legs are heavy. That was a serious prop.
Well, the good thing Dookie didn't get hit on the head with it.
Yeah, I think they did that a few times, but that was from the Palace in 1992 with Green Jello and Pygmy Love Circus.
That was back when they were Green Jello before they went to Green Jelly, huh?
Right. Well,
I remember
it was around
that.
that time. It was around that time. And now they are jelly with umlauts over the Y pronounced
Gelée?
I don't know if that's accurate, but I'll take it.
Yeah, I remember the Jello brand wanted them to get rid of that.
Yeah,
that
they
was
still
what,
say
92,
Jello. They don't give a
93
fuck.
had to be, right?
What's that?
92, 93, they went to Jelly.
Yeah, that was when they were everywhere. Now nobody cares.
Yeah. So we got the OG. I don't want to. Okay, yeah, the OG garage demos from
So these
87.
are 3 different sets of demos that I've rescued from the archive, mostly never heard before unless you were in their select little circle back in the day. Going back to 1985, the original incarnation, Dookie is the only original member. Even by the time they got to Possession Park, Dookie is the only original member of this lineup. So there were Haunted Garage lineups way before the stuff that everybody knows them for. And when they first started out in 1985, they weren't even a punk band at all. They were like a garage band that would play bad songs from bad movies, is what they say. So they would play theme songs from like The Green Slime and Mothra and, songs from Satan's Sadists, of which Glenn Danzig would cover in the 2010s not too long ago. So Haunted Garage was always on the forefront of stuff like that. And yeah, they had I found some demos that have been used in movies like Nightmare Sisters. They did I'm sure some of you guys know this movie, Nightmare Sisters, starring the 3 scream queens of the 80s, Brink Stevens, Michelle Bauer, both of which are in the documentary, and Linnea Quigley. This also has a soundtrack by Haunted Garage that has never been released before. So stuff like that, man, like just stuff no one's ever heard. Demos of songs they wrote for Surf Nazis Must Die and Star Slammer, which he wrote, like that never got used.
If you want to show some of the stuff, I put you on the solo layout. So they can see it a little bit.
Those don't have. Yeah, let's see. Star Slammer.
Because I had you on a small screen, so if some of them are using phones, they might not have been able to see some of the stuff you're showing.
This deserves a full screen.
Yes.
Do you know this movie, Nightmare Sisters?
I've heard of it and I haven't seen it, but it makes me want to watch it because it's always been kind of a cult type classic movie for certain people. You always hear about it. It's like, and I've never actually seen it.
This is sort of a small tangent, but I mean, do you know Sorority Babes and the Slimeball Bolorama?
I do know that one.
Okay, so wait, where's my Here's my VHS of that one. I got these in the 90s when it was the only way to find them. Okay, I'm not a.
I might have something you're interested in. You might be able to add it to a perk. I'll talk to you after about it. They're really cheap, but it'd be really cool.
Okay,
I got
great.
I got this guy who's doing these for me, like the old video cassettes and stuff like that.
Okay.
And like small scale. I think they're like 1 inch by 2 inch, and they go on a stand, and they're all the retro VH. I'll show you some pictures.
We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it.
Yeah.
I'm open to all the ideas.
Yeah.
So if you like Sorority Babes, literally a couple days after filming that movie, most of the same cast and crew made this movie, Nightmare Sisters. Same director, same 3 girls. It was the only 2 movies in the 80s that the big 3 Scream Queens were in together, along with Dukey Flyswatter, who was the voice of the imp in Sorority Babes and plays Omar, the psychic in Nightmare Sisters, and also, of course, the Haunted Garage soundtrack. I mean, if anyone knows this movie, you know the epic bath scene that is about 10 minutes long of these women fully nude bathing to the most ridiculous Haunted Garage song you've ever heard, called Yumpin' Yiminy, Suck on My Chimney. Never before released until now on the Indiegogo campaign. Emphasis on pain.
That is cool.
In the last demo pack, in the later 90s one, includes 2 songs in particular that I'm very excited that I found, because I didn't even find this from a band member. Somebody else had these demos. The band doesn't even remember recording them, as far as I'm concerned. But they recorded 2 demos that they submitted to the film Hellraiser 3, which were totally not used. They used Motorhead's Hellraiser, of course. And so nobody's ever heard these songs except when they played them live back in the day. Fleshless and The Ballad of the Sickness.
So you got some really exclusive stuff that's
because
exclusive.
I'm trying to keep, as much as people want physical products from the perks and, vinyl or VHS tapes, I'd love to make that, but that shit costs money, man. I'm trying to make money, not spend money. Maybe eventually.
You got the digital download of Haunted Garage, the demo recording. So this will be
Straight from the cassette, totally raw, not processed in the studio at all. If we ever re-release those as like a soundtrack or anything else, like I'm sure we will remaster them. These are straight and raw from the cassette tapes.
Very cool. Very cool. I love the sound of cassettes still.
You're gonna
it's
love
almost
these.
like records back in the day. I mean, I don't miss rewinding them and then them getting jammed up, but it's definitely cool.
I have some tapes. Oh, let's see. Here's a Metal Blade sampler. That's not available. That's the album, but it's very cool.
Hold on 1 sec. You can hold it up. Let me put you back on the solo screen. You can show that again. That way, I want you to be able to show them.
We got the advanced. Oops, I'm opposite. Advanced release, and then the official release of Possession Park on cassette here. No real value in these, just cool collector's items for me.
Well, values really, and as a collector, I say it all the time, the values is what really the collector finds it worth, not so much what people say it's worth, because to somebody like yourself, that's really not, it's not worth what you'd make from, say, anybody to sell it, but to somebody who's a real big fan or collector and you find them out there, that's something that's, oh my God, like
I'm snatching it all up before it blows up in value because of this documentary.
Yeah, well, dude, it looks like a fantastic documentary. I want to go back to some of the perks for you.
Yes, please. Let's go back to the perks.
Going through them, and let me set this up here. All right, so let's go back to this, and then we already did this. The Dookie Q&A.
Yeah, nobody's claimed that one yet. When I go back to LA and do some more work with Dookie, I'm sure, hopefully I will. And even if I don't, I'll have someone else do it. Ask him a question. He will answer. I'll film a personal video of him answering it. And if it's a really good question and a really good answer, maybe parts of it will even show up in the documentary. Like sometimes I don't know the right questions to ask. That's like that's kind of like a cameo sort of thing. It's you get your personalized Dookie Q&A video. Ask him anything.
Because like there's got to be fans out there that would love to know this is going on. That to be able to ask Dookie a question would be.
I mean, I'm sure most of them actually know him and already can just ask him a question, call him up. But come on, like, have some fun with it.
Let's support him.
Support him. See, creating something out of nothing. That's something that's not a physical product, but it's just like a nice personalized thing that I can create out of nothing.
All right. And then you got the voyeur behind the scenes.
Yeah. So, I mean, think about this. I have probably 100 hours of interview footage and like 100 hours of archive footage, and most of it's getting cut just for practical reasons. And there's going to be a lot of extra stuff that I is worth seeing, but it's just not going to fit into the final documentary. So as I'm editing, I'm just going to send some clips out, to anyone who picks that perk. It's like, why not?
You could have a second and third movie if it catches on enough with the interest, man.
I know. I'm totally down with that.
If you got 10% in this movie and you still got about 90% left, you got about a 10-movie film there.
I already have 43, 44 interviews. Like if everyone got 2 minutes of airtime, that would be like I don't know, math. Math is bad, but that's a really long movie.
Yeah, you're going Dances with Wolves length and
yeah. This is the Titanic of low budget documentary filmmaking.
The world's longest documentary, that'd be something.
No, well that's actually a different perk. We'll get there.
A song for you.
Right. And I should explain that this is not Haunted Garage writing you a song. This is going to be me personally as a musician. I'm also a musician. So this is just a personal perk for you. If anyone's interested, again, what can I do that I can create out of nothing? I can write a fucking song.
There you go. Hey, you got to use all the skills you got.
That's right. So that's the longest documentary ever. That's basically offering the longest, totally unpolished, raw version of everything before I cut, from 9 hours to 90 minutes or whatever it's going to be. Because there's a lot out there. There's a lot in there. And, if you really want to see it, I will show it to you.
You better plan on a weekend visit or something to watch.
I mean, this is like the Get Back version, okay? You know what I mean?
That's pretty cool.
Not on Disney Plus though.
No. I don't think it'd make it. Although they got the adult version, I guess you can have leave parental controls on it.
Right. Yeah, sure. But still, I don't know if they want anything to do with Dukey Flyswatter.
Well, I'm sure there's nothing more that Dookie and the Flyswatter and the rest of the bands would love than to see a documentary of them on Disney Plus.
I mean, hey, Disney, if you're interested, I'm listening.
Associate producer,
probably more like Shudder, but I'll take what I can get. Yeah,
so
those are producer credits.
The extended director's cut with that, and you get the title associate producer.
You basically get everything in just like a very fancy credit. Those are for the deep pocket people who just want to really help me out, right?
Yeah.
Nothing
and then
special,
you got the executive producer.
For some people, $5,000 is $5 to a person like me.
Yeah, I wish it was to me.
I know, me too. Hot tub by the studio. That's the dream.
$5,000 is like $5,000 to me.
Yeah, that's like half of my yearly income.
Yeah. No, that's cool. I mean, it's a good perk if anybody wants to name on it. This is the type of thing that can do really, really well.
I'll throw you on IMDb, man. That's the deal.
Now, here's a question for you. You got all these extended things. I got some ideas for perks for you, dude. I got some ideas to help you out.
I have about 50 more days to go to add perks.
How are people going to be able to watch this and not just the full version?
That is an unknown so far. Like I don't even want to. Everyone wants to know that, and I want to know that, but I want to finish it first, and then I'll see where it lands.
That's
You
where we're
know,
gonna.
like I
I
want
got
to
some
do the
ideas
film
for you.
festival circuits, and like I know there's specifications with that stuff like that where they don't want your movie if it's out there already. So I'm gonna do that first, and then if nobody picks it up, then maybe we'll do this again to get a physical release.
I
I
could
would
see.
love a VHS one day.
I could see it doing well because it's the type of thing. And I'll be honest with you, the campaign's really cool. The trailer's really cool. I'm excited to see it.
Thank you.
But I want to know
We're
where I
going all
can
the way to
see it.
Slime Dance.
Yeah, I mean, we got the big version. We got to figure out. I bet you a lot of these people, like I know, like Interval would be somebody who's really interested, and obviously a $1,000 perk or a $2,500 perk for guys like us, or even Aaron P was in there. You know, you find these and Aaron's the type of guy, and all of us really are, that we might not be the millionaires, but we love to support projects that we're interested in. A lot of these music fans. Me and you could definitely get talk, because I think a perk for DVDs to raise money as for a lot of people that are interested in this. Like I'm interested. I'd want a DVD or Blu-ray.
I know, but that shit costs money, and I don't have money to spend. That's the big issue.
That's a perk that I think people would go after right away. I know so. I got some ideas too, like that.
Yeah, I
VHS
would love
thing.
to offer that, but I just want to make sure I can finish this thing first. That's like I can't think about it yet. And especially if you know
post-production.
If Shudder wants it, I don't think they do physical media, at least while it's there. So I don't want to limit my options until I know what I can do.
Doobie would be a great platform.
Sure,
for it.
I'm
So
down
that's
with
where
any of them.
you'd like to be as Tubi or something.
That would
So
be great.
so people hopefully can watch it when it's finished. If we help him raise this money so we can get this production finished up on it. The DVDs would be maybe after, but this is so we can get it put on Tubi. This is maybe Amazon or something that would be interested in it. That's cool.
I'll think about it, but it's just like
it's overwhelming.
So far, I've only raised $1,200, and I can't make physical media with just that. You know what I mean?
No. Well, I'm saying a lot of
maybe if we hit 10K, like I'll consider very seriously adding something like that.
Yeah, I understand that. I totally understand. What about a digital way to watch it? Would you do something like that?
Again, I just want to wait till
find out with everything. I get you.
I don't want to fuck with the film festivals. I don't know what their rules are. This is
well,
my first way going into this, and you know.
Well, I'm going into a few
That's why
conventions.
you can get like the demos and stuff. You know. It's
Yeah.
so
Oh,
good
yeah,
to see
yeah.
history.
Absolutely. There's some
And I
cool
can do that. I
perks.
can guarantee that for you right now.
I mean, you're
'Cause
at
I have it.
12:45. You want to get 10K. You know,
That would
guys.
be nice, you know.
Do you have just the donation one where it's you
Yeah,
could even
there's-
tip less than 15 if they decide
Yeah.
to? Say somebody wants to help you out and tip 5.
Yes.
You know, even 3.
There is a donation. There's a choose your own amount donation box. And I keep telling everybody, if everyone I knew donated $5, I would destroy my goals in a day. You know, I think it's just as important to see the number of contributors number go up as it is to see the amount go up. You know, maybe even more important, because if people see that other people are interested in this, maybe they'll pick it up or something. You know what I mean? So
I totally agree with you.
and
I
if you
agree.
can't do $5, just share it. Someone you know might have $5.
I think the name in the credits really cool too. If you
Yeah,
ever want
that's the
to
most
name it in a
that's what
movie.
most people have done.
Yeah,
so
I see
far.
that
At least half
25
of the
claims.
people have done that.
I
More
can
than
see
half
that.
of people. And hey, that's perfect. That's a
I think
perfect
that's really
amount
cool, man. I
for
honestly
for
do.
the average consumer and fan, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I'll definitely contribute to that
And
for sure.
I'm hoping there should be more perks added. At least I'm in discussions with an artist who wants to maybe do something for it. So
Well, I
hopefully
have
I'll
some
talk to her
connections with
this
some
week about that.
decent people out there. And another thing I'm doing, I'm actually going at the end of the month. I plan on having a TV and streaming a lot of the trailers of the indie projects that I'm a fan of.
Awesome.
Like the Sawyer Massacre, where I'm going to be running it on the loop behind me, bringing the animatronics and stuff that you can't even see in here.
Nice.
Make a kick-ass table with artists. Like I said, I got a guy who does things really affordable. that would be a really, really cool perk, and you could do it with like Dukey Flyswatter. And
Yes.
I'll show you later. I think
Let's
you'd
talk
dig it.
about it.
Yeah,
I would love that. I would love to be able to offer more physical things that are practical for me to guarantee that you can have.
Yeah, see, that's the lucky thing is with me is I know a lot of people. So if you ever need something, I might have a connection for somebody who'd be willing to do it and show off their skills and be able to help you have some perks where you can raise the money. Because I'm really, honestly, I'm really excited about this documentary. I mean, I love documentaries, and this documentary looks like one that I'm excited to see it. It looks like fun. It looks gory. It looks kick ass, man.
And that's something I found that's great about, like, since I've launched this or been planning on it, the horror community and the film communities, they've been so supportive, and like I see them all supporting each other, and that's like really nice to see. I just wanted to throw that out there. Thank you, horror community people, horror
I love the horror
podcasters.
community.
They're always sharing their their friends' podcasts and all sorts of stuff.
You know how you said the pandemic got you kept collecting all your stuff, and before you knew it, you had a collection like you never thought you'd have?
Well, I had the collection. I just started digitizing it, and like it gave me something to do. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't have any of this stuff before the pandemic.
Oh yeah.
Now I just don't even
That's
have
fair.
room. I can reach anywhere I want. There's
I don't
something
know if you can
different
see.
over here.
I have all my props. Those are like all my Dookie movies over here and stuff like that. You know, anything you want to talk about, I got a prop for. Those are all my.
That's cool.
And I've been collecting Dookie stuff for 30 years or so. So
Yeah, so you've had quite the collection of nostalgia. I wish I had some of my old 80s collection of music and stuff. I had some pretty cool autographs because I was more into it. Yeah, I had some cool
On
stuff,
vinyl?
but not even.
here's a cool one. That's a cool one I got autographed during shoot. The Adolescents.
Oh, that is awesome, man.
Tony, the singer.
That's
He's
sweet.
in the documentary.
Yeah, it sounds like you got a lot of people in the documentary.
You know, it just so happens people are willing to talk about Haunted Garage. I mean, what kind of crazy fucker would go make something like this?
Oh man, well, it's perfect. You know what? Not just something like a lot of the horror movies are coming back. A lot of 80s nostalgia is coming back with just horror in general.
Yeah,
and it's perfectly in it. Like this is the perfect time, I think, for the documentary.
I think so too.
I mean, it's getting it out there, and I'll help you any
People
way I
love these
can.
movies. I see people sharing photos of their, movies of Blood Diner and Sorority Babes and Nightmare Sisters and all these movies that he's in, Hollywood Chainsaw Hookers. Every day someone's sharing that stuff on Instagram. That's just part of the culture. These movies are like totally in retro vogue right now.
I'm honestly excited for the I want to see it. I mean, I wish I had that easy money, because I'd be like, hey man, I'll give you money. I want to watch the whole thing now.
We need like just one or two people like you who do have that money. That's all it really needs. Everyone else, just spreading the word of Dookie. I really just want to get exposure to like this whole subject.
I think getting the trailer out there and scenes is going to be a big thing. And I got
it's out there now. Spread it like
I'll help you
like
out with
Dookie
it,
likes
for
to
sure.
spread slime, is how I like to say it.
I'll definitely help you out on my end, because
Thank you.
I'll be in
Well, this is helpful. This is very helpful enough.
well, like I said, I'll be at 1, 2, 3 or 4 conventions in the next few months between now and before August. So I'm planning on playing a lot of trailers of a lot of the things I'm really interested in.
That would be amazing. Yeah, I can send you a file of it or whatever you need.
Yeah, get that trailer running, get part of this interview, and really kind of. I want that big screen behind me, and it's going to be a cool area at Spookala. And then I'm actually, I helped bring Beatrice down to Phantasm in Orlando.
Right, you were saying that. That's awesome.
Yeah, so that's going to be awesome. And I'm trying to hit a place in Chicago, but I've emailed them about getting a vendor table. I haven't heard back. So
Chicago, get on it, motherfuckers.
Well, I go right through Chicago, and it's like the perfect time. It's 2 weeks before the other event. Might as well stop for a little bit, spend a few days, do a table, and then hit Phantasm. And then by the time I'm back from Phantasm, Krypticon in Minneapolis is coming. So those are the ones I got.
Where are you from?
I'm in Missouri right now.
Okay.
So yeah, it's a long drive from Florida. So, but I got a lot of plans. Like I love doing conventions, and I got the time
Yeah.
off that I can do it, and I want to
I
be.
I work at a bunch of conventions sometimes doing video work, and it's always a fun time. I haven't been to a horror convention since I was like in high school, but I'm gonna really need to change that, especially
Yeah,
now.
you should, man. Even
Yeah,
it's
I
a
love conventions. I love this, like, you stay at that hotel all weekend and you're just in a bubble, and it just
well, there's
it's like just an alternate universe that you're in for a couple days.
it's perfect for you with the film stuff they do there. They have all those competitions. I think
Yeah.
you'd do well in it.
Thank you. Yeah,
Honestly, I'm not even joking.
please,
I
like,
think you're
whenever
missing an
when it's
opportunity
done,
not doing it.
give me the links to all these places I can send it in.
Absolutely, man. We'll
I'll
keep in
do it.
contact about it because
Yeah.
there's people on the East Coast. I know my buddy Vinny who does a lot of my big pieces that you see, like that lamp
Okay.
behind me. Did
He's
that.
in New York?
He's actually in Connecticut. He does some
Okay.
conventions. And
Tri-state area.
he can actually do a little bit of music himself. He's a big music guy. I don't think he's
Great,
here.
we're
He's
starting
busy
a
working
band.
on. I got him working hard. I'm
Good.
not letting him slack. I got him working on things for these conventions. No, he's been a busy
Get
guy.
to
And
work. Stop watching this
yeah,
and get to work.
he's not watching.
Just kidding.
He's busy with his 3D printer. He's in love with the
Oh,
thing. Yeah,
nice.
but he actually did like this piece. This was like a little piece he
Ooh,
sent me.
Terrifier.
Yeah, but he did
Hey, did
a
the
lot of
sequel ever
this.
come out?
I actually spoke with Michael Levy from Fuzz
That's
on the
right.
Lens.
I saw that.
Yeah, and he's supposed to come back on. I want to talk about Abnormal Attraction, which was a funny movie, and I was
I don't
talking
know that
about him
one.
coming on. In that night when I was talking about it with them and coming on, Gilbert Gottfried passed away, and
Yeah.
he was in
R.I.P.
that
Gilbert
movie. He
Gottfried.
was in that
Oh,
movie, so
shit.
it was just ironic. I was watching it. I just had
Wow.
mentioned him like an hour, being like, "This movie, Abnormal Attraction. It's got Tyler Mane. It's got the Fuzz on the Lens guys,
Yeah.
Mike and Jason Levy,
And host of USA Up All Night, which featured many of Dukey Flyswatter's movies.
Yeah, if you ever watch Tubi, check it out, man. You should watch Abnormal Attraction. You'd like it if you like kind of that. I think you'd enjoy it from talking to you. It's kind of
Great. Yeah.
yeah.
I'll check it
Yeah.
out.
Yeah, it's a good one. But yeah, man, we'll keep sharing it out. Make sure you're welcome to post in Doomsday's Krypt. That's what it's about.
Oh,
is
yeah,
people
of
being
course.
able to post and advertise their stuff. Let them
Sure.
know about your group. I got your group posted in the link for
Thank you.
on YouTube and Facebook. So people, if they're watching on the replay or anything, go check it out. And like
Go
I said,
check it out.
keep me updated.
DookieDoc.com.
Yeah, keep me updated. I'll keep it updated in Doomsday's
Absolutely.
Krypt.
Thank
And
you
that's
so
really
much.
what it's all about.
Fuck
But
yeah, man.
we're at the hour mark. I appreciate having you on, man.
You want to
It's
run
been
that trailer again?
yeah.
For
I
the
was gonna say
stragglers?
I'm gonna run the trailer one more time. I'm gonna try it on I should try it on Facebook or YouTube, see if it comes in a little clearer than it has on StreamYard.
Okay.
So we'll try that.
You're the expert.
We're in deep shit.
Ish.
Don't ever call me an expert. It's bad news. You just jinxed it right there.
Oh no, I fucked it up.
Oh, you did. You did. Nah. We got it. We got it. I'm going to put this on full screen. There we go. And here we go.
There used to be discussion about. There used to be discussion about
Oh no.
the importance of danger, chaos, the possibility of some.
We're not going to do it there. We're going to try it one more time here. Oh, it's the worst. I don't know. I don't think we've had any problems with us. It's just this. I don't know. Let's try here. Oh. Ew. I told you, you jinxed it, man. It's all your fault.
It's all my fault. I accept the punishment.
I'm just kidding.
Especially if it includes money to my campaign. Emphasis on pain. Indiegogo.
Some serious pain. Here we go. Maybe I just had too many things open too. So let's try it out now.
Maybe.
Maybe. You never know.
mouse traps on your genitals pain, like Dukey Flyswatter would do on stage.
There used to be discussion about the importance of danger, chaos, the possibility of something happening that really wasn't on the schedule.
Mr. Dukey Flyswatter and
the Haunted
If you took 80s slasher movies and put it in a blender with metal and punk rock, you're going to get Haunted Garage.
Dookie and his crew were almost like making horror movies, horror punk.
But the gag is, you're in the splash zone.
It is splatter rock. It is chainsaw rock and roll.
Not only chainsaw them, but would pull the guts out and spread them all over the place.
It's like going to a horror movie, except it's actually happening.
There was this real fervor at the time about shock rock, how bad it was for the kids.
The shock value was exactly what I wanted.
I look over and I see Dookie with his arms on fire.
The flashes from the rear end. He got brain surgery live on stage.
Whenever you find something weird, we'll give a use for it.
It's not an act that we put on to go on stage.
We were real.
There was some shit being exercised right there.
That was the raw stuff.
You walk out of there feeling like you maybe left the planet for a little while.
Their legacy is they were unique.
They did things that weren't being done, and they did things that were outside of people's comfort zones.
Dookie was always just ahead of his time on that.
But it really rocked hard. I mean, he had really good musicians in the band.
We didn't want it to be only this deep. We wanted it to be this deep.
It's Haunted Garage. That's the whole point of taking things too far.
They just were doing it to have a good time and make you laugh.
It was always fucking fun.
Actually, we're a lot more stable than I think Bill Cosby.
I don't know how to explain it. It exploded.
Paul Stanley and Gene Simmons.
Tom Waits was there.
We flied Axl Rose.
When you're sitting between Dookie and Elvira, it doesn't get any cooler than that.
There were lines around the block to see Haunted Garage. They were the it band at the time.
Those guys were gods to who they were gods to.
He's an icon of the underground exploitational genre.
Punk rock god of Hollywood.
Bela Lugosi's horrible punk rock grandson.
G.G. Allen, but fun.
He's like a friendly vampire.
He was LA's Peter Lorre.
You need somebody in a movie, that's the guy that you want.
Roger Ebert said it's the worst movie he's ever seen. Cold Steel, Sharon Stone? Who knew? He had a great writing career. He puts everything he's got into it. He made his whole life his art.
I think that the whole world should know about it.
Now I'm going to cry.
Slam, 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 slam.
Wait a minute, you're gonna get this.
Oh, thank you.
Haunted Garage.
Such a good trailer, man. Such a good trailer.
Thank you. Yeah, it took me I don't know, 6 months to make that.
That's a lot of work you put into it. I really want to see you at least if not even hitting the goal, coming close to that goal.
You know, I wanted to show that not only am I passionate about this, but I have some technical proficiency to make it happen as well.
It's a nicely shot movie. Like you did a really nice job with the film. You can look at it there and it's not, you can tell it's not hacked together. There's a lot of time and love that's put into it.
I want to do it right. This is an important story for me to tell, and I'm only going to do it right.
Well, that's just like
Chad, you are my target audience, Chad. Go check them out. That is what this documentary is all about. Discovering Dukey Flyswatter and making you say, what the fuck did I just watch? And why did I love it so much?
Yeah, I mean, it's got every element that, you know, you kind of look for. Like I said, I feel like now's really the time for this documentary because everything is so retro. Horror's coming back,
Let's
and
blow it up.
it is the
Influencer.
perfect stage. I think that their type of performance now, a band like that, and I know there's some
They
around.
would be canceled.
Well, they would be canceled, or they'd be big, underground big. Now,
Yeah,
you know,
and
people would go.
that's kind of the theme of this documentary is why didn't they make it? They should have made it. They had all the elements in place to make it, but somehow it just didn't work out. It was a comedy of errors. And now I have to tell the world that Haunted Garage and Dukey Flyswatter exist, and that you need to pay attention to it because it's important.
But I think this is the type of documentary that could really not only grow, you know, I'm hoping it does really good at launch, but almost really, it's not something that you watch and it's going to be something I think
could go
more
viral
people
very
have to hear about it. It'll grow.
Yes. That's why I'm spreading awareness of it as much as possible right now.
Because no lie, that trailer is fire.
Everybody watching this probably knows at least one name in that trailer, right?
Oh, absolutely. I mean,
so there you go.
But if you don't know at least one, you're in trouble. But
if you don't know who Bill Moseley is, what are you doing here?
Yeah. Then it's time to just leave. Hell, if you don't know who Paul Stanley is or Axl Rose,
well, they're not in the documentary.
They're not in it, but you hear about them.
They would go. They've seen.
But that's cool. You met Bill Moseley. I was just watching
awesome.
Massacre 2 last night.
Oh, great! You know, that deserves a rewatch. I got to go buy that on Blu-ray. It's been way too long since I've watched that movie, and I want to say Bill Moseley was he was just an excellent person to hang out with that night, and we also off camera talked a little bit about one of my other favorite things is Buckethead, and he did a whole band with Buckethead. He has a whole bunch of albums with Buckethead, the virtuoso guitar player with a white mask and a chicken bucket on his head, who used to be in Guns N' Roses. And it's called Corn Bugs, and he does it in character as Chop Top.
That's really cool, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was in the remake of for other people that went to the Roses, but he was the new Slash when Axl came back. He's a great guitarist. He really is. And,
yeah, I've been a fan of Buckethead since about the same time I discovered Haunted Garage.
That's really cool, man.
Yeah,
that's really cool. And I'm glad that Bill Moseley was such a cool guy with you. But that's all I've ever heard about Bill Moseley is he's such a good guy.
Very, just very generous with his time, and he's a fan of Haunted Garage and a friend of Dukey Flyswatter. He's not directly involved. They didn't do any movies together, unfortunately, at least not yet. But he's been a presence in this story.
Yeah, Bill Moseley. From what I can tell, I'm not saying he'll just jump into any movie, but I bet you if Dookie asked him to be in a movie and they're cool, he'd jump at it. I'm
hoping he asks Dookie to be in a movie because Dookie's not going to be proactive about that.
Yeah. Well, the Munsters is coming. I could see Dookie fitting in pretty well with that.
I think that's done already.
Is it done filming?
I think they missed their shot on that one. But Rob, if you're listening, I'd love to have you in my documentary because your band White Zombie used to open for Haunted Garage.
If Rob Zombie's listening, I'm honored. Thank you, Rob. That'd be very nice.
Rob. I'm looking for you, Rob. I could drive to your place. Doesn't he live in Connecticut?
I'm not sure where he lives, to tell you the truth.
I'll drive to you, buddy.
Yeah, why not? Hitchhike there if you have to.
Yeah.
Ride a bike.
Right. Well, maybe I have my limits.
Rob.
Yeah.
Rob.
Yeah. I'm trying not to be the creepy guy. I want this to genuinely and organically come together.
I got you, man.
But the more people who know about this, the more people pick up on it and share it and tell everybody, like, they might get wind of it and just want to be involved because it's just the craziest thing to talk about.
I think it looks awesome, man. Like I said, I'm excited about it. I really want to see it come to life and see it on Tubi or whatever I got to see it on.
Whatever.
I'm ready to watch it because
if you're listening, talk to me. You want it as an exclusive? Let's talk about it. Chad, yes, Buckethead's awesome. He didn't work on the Power Rangers theme song. What he did was he played guitar on the score of the movie, but not the theme song itself. Other movies he did guitar work for the same composer is Mortal Kombat, the original '95 movie, Last Action Hero with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Love that.
And if you're an Arnold Schwarzenegger fan, I got some Haunted Garage connections for you if you want.
He's an amazing actor. He's been doing it for a very long time. He's been in very many movies.
Yeah,
Big
yeah.
fan.
Well, there have been, members of Haunted Garage back when they were active back then. Part of what they did for work was extra work. So one of the Gorgor girls from Haunted Garage actually ended up in Kindergarten Cop and Terminator 2. Featured.
I thought you were
very
going to say
featured.
in bed.
Well, maybe
Just
we'll
kidding.
see.
Let's see what. Yeah, Chad seems to be really interested in this. The Mortal
Yeah,
Kombat.
that's Buckethead. That's a whole different
Well,
documentary.
Buckethead, but
Yeah.
but
it's
he's
still people
interested in what
doing
you're
stupid
doing.
stuff in masks.
But you know what? But the interest is there.
It's overlapping. It's overlapping. They're both
Yeah,
theatrical
man,
music
it's
artists
music.
who love horror. And Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Buckethead's obsessed with Texas
Oh,
Chainsaw Massacre.
we got
And
the
Bill
radio
Moseley is the connected tissue here.
little
Oh
Leatherface.
wow. Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, I
That's
had
so
the Lost
cool.
Leatherface on the other day. And it
Yeah.
became pretty cool.
Hey, do you have any
But,
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle stuff?
do I?
Yeah. Do you have any
That was
Turtles
almost
masks or
after my
anything?
time, but I do have like some figures that I heard that were good. But
Okay.
I did watch them. I did
Right.
watch them.
Because actually I don't know if you know this, but the first voice in the trailer is Robbie Rist. He's the voice of Michelangelo of the Turtles movies from the 90s.
Okay.
But he was in a band with Dukey Flyswatter called Undead Kennedys, and they were a Dead Kennedys tribute
think
band dressed as
I don't
zombies.
know who the Kennedys are, but I did
Yeah.
think I did hear that the guy played Michelangelo. So
Well,
that is
yeah,
pretty
he was
cool.
the voice. He wasn't like the physical.
Yeah, no.
Obviously, those are all stunt dudes or whatever.
Yeah, I know. What was his name? Corey
Feldman, yeah.
Corey Feldman was one of the voices.
Yeah.
What was he? Donatello, I think.
I forget. Yeah, that sounds
I
about
forget
right.
too. Yeah, could be right. I got a 1 in 4 chance. Well,
I know
1 in 3
Robbie Rist
really.
was Michelangelo. That's all I remember.
Yeah.
So it's so great. I mean, that's not what his interview was about. It was about his, relation to Dukey Flyswatter. But if you closed your eyes while he was talking, it's like Michelangelo's talking to you, and it's just made me very happy as someone who grew up in the '90s when that came out at a very impressionable age.
See, I was in high school, so that I just missed the teenage.
Yeah, that's
Mutant Ninja
fair.
Turtle thing. I
was
kind
prime
of
age. I was
catch it,
probably
but
like
I
8
was-
years old or something.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like where you
What was that,
just
89? 90?
Yeah. Well, I graduated '94, so I was in high school in '90. So I mean, once you hit high school, the cartoons kind of ended a little bit. You didn't want to. Yeah. Well, not so much matured. You just wanted to pretend you were. You're
Right.
kind of at the awkward age in high school.
Yeah,
I'm
totally.
still at that awkward age. I'm 46.
Oh, man, when are you going to grow out of it? When are you going to get rid of all your toys?
Oh, I keep gaining more and more toys.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, if you look, I got.
We're just
crushing
big
here.
kids. Yeah, you
Yeah,
should
and I
see-
got so much more going to Florida that I just can't fit in the minivan. Don't ask me how I
You
get this
should
put
see
in
my
the minivan.
guar
Yeah.
cave. That's my guar cave, and that has a
Oh.
bunch of toys in it too. And I have a
Nice.
Phantom of the Opera cave. That's my other fascination. So those are my
My-
niche toy and physical media markets besides
My
music.
collection actually started with that clown that's over this shoulder here, which was based on this thing, which is from my buddy's
Okay.
comic. And then the next thing
Is
you
that
know,
like,
I
is that
just
like
started.
a Doink from WWF?
No, it's actually from a comic, Doomsday
Okay.
Kingdom, which
Oh,
was
gotcha.
kind of how I started doing things. I started off just kind of being a fan community, and I still got the other page open where it was a fan community for my buddy James Milne and Ronnie Hayes, the writer. James Milne's the artist, and just kind of grew where, in between comics, I needed something else to do, and then I got into the horror thing, and then I became Doomsday's Krypt, and here we are. But I'm still,
Here we
I'm
are.
still a huge fan of those guys. Actually, with Ronnie, we're working on a script as it is
Nice.
that we're both pretty excited about, and Yeah.
Hey, if you need any music, that's the other thing that I do.
Hey, man, there's always needs for music in the field with a lot of the indie projects
Hit
that I know
me
about.
up, yeah,
Yeah,
please.
well, definitely,
That's
man.
another whole market I'm trying to get into because what makes me most happy is making music, and I'll make you pop music or I'll make you death metal music. I don't care, whatever you
I
want.
want it mean,
Yeah,
out
sure.
of tune sounds that are just creepy.
Okay, cool. Hit me up.
I'll definitely hit
For
you up.
you. That's why I put that perk in there. Not that would be a separate thing for you, but for anyone who just
You'll give
wants
it
a
to me.
song
You'll
that's
give it to me for
yours,
$1 off, huh?
hit that perk.
Yeah, man. We'll keep in contact for sure. Like I said, I'll get you out there. I'll take the
Thank you.
trailer. I'll play it while I'm in.
Yes.
It's the only thing I'm hoping to have my help get the all the clips together for me, so I have it ready to just run on a loop, so I don't have to sit here and do that. Because
Well, if you have them and you want to send them to me, that's something I could do very quickly as a video editor.
we're gonna have to talk. We could do some work together.
Yeah,
So
that's very simple stuff for me.
it's not simple for me. We'll talk. Maybe I got some things I can have you do that, can go towards the campaign or something. We'll figure
Great.
something out.
Sure. I'm into it. And
Yeah,
that's saying anyone else out there listening who needs anything in exchange for some campaign contributions, talk to me directly. I'm easy to find. Kevin Vonesper, at Dookie Doc on Instagram.
and like I said, I do know a lot of people that are, music is as important as these films are. If you're gonna
As
have
you
a
all
movie,
know, I was a member of
that's not
Green
there,
Jelly. I wasn't on any of the recordings that they did, but I can say I was in Grammy-nominated Green Jelly, and hopefully that's enough for you people who have
that's
no
not.
idea who the hell I am.
How many people can say that?
Well, over 1,000 now, actually.
Oh, well,
So I'm not
I'm
that
not one of
special,
them.
but it's still, it's
Hey,
something.
it's still cool, man.
Hey,
And
that band started before I was born, so
yeah, it's not your fault.
I'm Green Jello member number 237. That was in 2008. Now they've gone over 1,000.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I mean, I didn't know they were still
World's
playing.
largest band. Yep. You guys, WTF-TV.com. Bill from Green Jello's weekly Saturday night free YouTube show. I should be popping up there showing the trailer on Saturday. Of course, he's in the trailer. The founder of Green Jello. Check it out. It's a
cool.
fun, chaotic ride. 3 hours for free YouTube every Saturday. It's their 63rd episode, so they've gone over a year now.
Yeah, send me the link for that. I'll check it out. We can share it out in Doomsday's Krypt. Like I said,
You want to throw it in the chat?
about.
WTF-TV.com, formerly Green Jello Vision.
All right, you guys got it here, and I can add it to the links too. So I'll do that. And if you ask me if I'm
Saturday
gonna
night, 8
I will.
o'clock LA time, 11 o'clock New York time, or something like that. You'll see it pop up on the live YouTube. You know how it goes.
Yeah, I'll
It's
definitely
on
check
punk
it.
rock time sometimes, but you know how. That's
Yeah,
production. That's live free
sometimes
production.
you gotta
for
finish
you.
those drinks and those smokes. And
Yeah, and he's
whatever
had
else.
Haunted Garage. He's had the Dwarves on there. He's had the Mentors on there. All sorts of just people who walk in off the street and are like, "Who the hell? What the hell is going on?" Get up there and start performing. It's a variety show.
But not the old variety shows you're thinking of, though, like the old 60s, 70s. Well, this is an updated kind of.
Yeah, it's a
amazing
free
one.
for all. LA free for well, not a free for all. I mean, there's a little planning that goes into it, but it's still very free flowing.
It's entertaining.
It's 100% entertaining. It's
That's
gonna
all
be
that matters.
real dumb all the time, and it's always a good time.
If it ain't dumb, it ain't fun. So
Yeah.
that's.
And if you're
that's
not drunk or high, this will not be funny.
I work every weekend, so I'll be going. But
Well, you can
I
watch
can
the replay.
I can remember how it feels when I'm drunk on my days off or had a few beers, and then I can try to get myself.
Just
in the
pretend it's happening live because you won't know the difference. Except you won't be able to participate in the chat room. That's the only difference.
Oh, I'll use my phone. I could still with the drinking. I'm good,
Yeah,
but
that's true.
Yeah, I just can't
Get
drink.
a beer or a joint and watch
Monster.
WTF-TV.com Saturday nights. See, Bill, I'm giving you the biggest plug here on Doomsday Krypt.
There you go. Camp Crystal Cabin 6. Well,
The
Interval
founder
definitely.
of Green Jello and the genesis of this entire thing, because if it wasn't for Green Jello, I may have never discovered Dukey Flyswatter.
That's so cool,
That
man.
is the full circle.
Excellent, man.
And shout out to Joe and the Chicken Head, or now they're the Radioactive Chicken Heads, because I may have woken up as a chicken head one day and went on tour as well. So, and they're you saw the big carrot in the trailer. That's
He
the
stuck out.
Radioactive Chicken Heads.
Very
And on
cool.
their latest album, Tales from the Coop, you may hear Dukey Flyswatter, or maybe it's his evil twin brother, Dr. Kluckenstein, their arch nemesis, try to take over the album midway through.
That sounds like a fun album right there,
If you
man.
want to see that in video form, check out the Pox music video starring the Chicken Heads, Dukey Flyswatter, and Dr. Demento.
That's too funny. But it's been a thrill, dude. Well, we definitely got to stay in contact, and I want to keep cheering you out, and I want to talk to you about some more of those perks, man.
Well,
some
you want
ideas
to
I
do
got.
this again sometime? I'm
Absolutely,
all about
man.
it.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
I got 50 more days on this campaign, so maybe towards the end, if you want to do this again.
Yeah, anytime, man. I'm usually doing something. I got to do something while my few hours off, or my hour and a half off during the night.
I will entertain you for those hours if you want me to.
Entertain me, entertain these guys.
Exactly.
We'll watch the trailer again. Maybe even an updated one. You never know if you guys come back and you support it. Maybe you never know what can happen here on Doomsday.
Maybe I'll cut a different alternate trailer. You know, I'm not saying that's gonna happen, but who knows?
You never know. But we got to show them some support. Let's make sure we check out the campaign one way or another.
Indiegogo campaign. Give me your money or give me your shares. Just put just get the vibes out there. You know, get the word, the gospel of Dookie out.
Even if you don't have the money for anything, you can't donate anything. Sharing it out goes a long way too, and let people know about the trailer. I think the trailer sells itself. So
that's what I just got to get that in front of people's faces. You know what I mean?
Well, Doomsday's Krypt and all these guys, that's what we're here for. We'll make sure we help you any way we can.
Fuck yeah. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Kevin, for being here. It was an honor. We'll get you back on again.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm not sure who Howdy is, but whoever's here, let me just.
Is it Captain Howdy? Is Captain Howdy in the house?
No, it's the lost Leatherface himself, Brett Wagner, saying howdy to you.
Really?
Yeah.
He's a Leatherface?
He was in a few scenes in the remake. He did
wow.
the door shut, and then he had to beat somebody's head in with a hammer.
Fun fact for you Texas Chainsaw people. If you guys don't know, Leatherface, Gunnar Hansen, in Hollywood Chainsaw Hookers, featuring Michelle Bauer and Dukey Flyswatter.
I was gonna watch that movie today.
What are you doing with your life? That's Leatherface. And shout out my co-producer Mike, who is actually also making a documentary about Gunnar Hansen. It's called Dinner with Leatherface. So go look that up. That's something else to look forward to.
I know that's something Brett would be into. He was
look at
that
that
about
giant
quite a bit.
chainsaw. I mean,
damn, she's
her
tough lifting
chainsaw is
that
way
thing.
bigger than yours. And there's Gunnar. Check
That's
out
so cool.
Hollywood Chainsaw Hookers. It's hilarious.
I think it's on.
And it's got beautiful naked women and Gunnar Hansen.
I'm definitely gonna check it out. I was gonna watch it today. I can't remember where I saw it on. But I was gonna watch.
Well,
yeah.
did you know
I was
Dukey
gonna watch
Flyswatter's in that movie?
Well, now I do.
You know what?
Chainsaws.
This week you have to watch Hollywood Chainsaw Hookers, and then go listen to Reviewed to Death, where I talk to those guys on a podcast about it and spill all the details.
Definitely, man. Definitely.
Spoiler alert. Trigger warning, everything.
Oh yeah, I grew up in the '80s, so I don't get too bothered.
Yeah, no, not for you. For anyone else watching, I know you're tough as nails. I'm sure.
Strong like bull.
Yeah.
But hey, thank you everybody being here. Brett Wagner, The Lost Leatherface, Interval, Camp Crystal Cabin 6, Cebuana, Mira in USA, Chad Middleton.
I expect to see a string of donations coming in from all of you right when we end this stream, right?
Well, I'm hoping we'll get something in there. I'm
Check it
definitely
out right now while it's hot.
Yeah, guys. Like I said, even if you can't do anything, share it out. Let's spread the word. Get the trailer out. The trailer is on YouTube too, but it helps check out on Indiegogo. You know, keep an eye on things. Aaron P, thank you for being here. Thank
Thanks,
everybody
Aaron.
who was here. The ones who did comment and the ones who didn't, who just watched. Much appreciated. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll be live
Getting
tomorrow.
The Doomsday Krypt bump. Hell yeah.
Gotta be here.
All right. I gotta go slash some people up.
Go take care of business.
Gonna take the tie
Peace.
off and get out the machete.
You got a little bit of Texas Chainsaw Massacre and Jason going on there. You got to wear the tie and everything, huh?
Oh,
Little
yeah,
leather
well,
face with
I
Jason.
had to dress up for the Krypt, right?
Yeah, you had to dress fancy. Had to outdress me in my
This is my
t-shirt.
press tour outfit. I'm branding myself.
Yeah, I went real fancy. I took a shower before and put on my beanie.
I did not. I am smelly, but you have no idea. And I could
No,
be
we
lying,
don't.
but you don't know through the internet.
We do not
Smelling
know.
like roses.
I thought I saw steam coming off you.
Smelling like some Dookie.
There you go.
And
Well,
there you
thanks
go. I
again.
think I closed it out right there.
You did the right thing, man, and I appreciate it. And best of luck with the campaign, brother.
Thank you. Yeah, we'll be in touch, guys. Friend me on Instagram at Dukeydoc, DUKEYDOC. If nothing else, just be a part of the community. And, you know, I post fun shit all the time.
Absolutely. I put your link for the Indiegogo and the one for Facebook, your Facebook group. I'll try to remember by morning to put your Instagram link on there. And
Same as the website, dukeydoc.com, DUKEY, not like the Green Day album.
no. Anything but, right?
That's right. It's a different,
All right.
It's a different ball of slime.
All right. Take
buddy.
care.
Thanks so much.
And we'll see you soon. Thanks again to everybody. James Shaver, thank you for being here too. All right.
Thanks, James.
Later, everybody. Peace.